We're gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you have done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff. So you remember something. We've been here before. You trying to get there.
This matchup with Canelo. Butt beating his ass. How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing the shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
During the press event, Terence Crawford's coach, Brian Bulak McIntyre, delivered a strong message to Canelo, stating that weight and size will have no effect on fight night. He pointed out that Crawford has taken on larger fighters many times before and still managed to control the fight. With firm confidence, McIntyre warned that Canelo faces real danger because Crawford's sharp skills and focused mentality will decide the outcome when they meet in the ring.
This matchup with Canelo.
Bud beating his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing the shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, Bomac? Canelo's feigned head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for. That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we can get past that shit.
Bomac speaks with full confidence whenever he talks about Terence Crawford's chances in the upcoming fight. He says this is not just another match, but a moment to secure Crawford's place as the top pound-for-pound fighter in the world. McIntyre highlights that Crawford has trained without breaks and has given himself no excuses. To him, true preparation is what separates champions from regular fighters, and Crawford's discipline proves why he stands at the peak of the sport. His words show not only confidence, but also belief that Crawford's mix of skill and mindset will help him overcome every challenge. For Bomac, this fight is not just about winning, but about making history in front of everyone.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning him, and you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 13th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously, it's a hard career boxing. You don't get given anything.
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Get me fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
Reports that Canelo Alvarez struggled in sparring with Jaron Boots Ennis sparked big discussions in the boxing world. Many fans see Ennis as having a style similar to Terence Crawford, with quick footwork, sharp counters, and strong defense. If Canelo had trouble against a fighter like that in sparring, the question is how much tougher it will be when he faces Crawford in an official fight. Sparring is never the same as a real championship match, but patterns often matter, and this rumor made many believe Canelo could be in for more trouble than expected. For Crawford's fans, it adds confidence that their fighter has what it takes to expose Canelo's weaknesses under the bright lights.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago. Okay. And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay. Now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
Responding to the sparring rumors, Bielak firmly rejected the idea of comparing Ennis to Crawford. He admitted that Boots is gifted, but stressed that Crawford operates on a completely different level. In his view, no sparring partner can truly copy what Crawford brings into a fight. He explained that Crawford's mix of experience, adaptability, and sharp mental focus makes him impossible to imitate. That is why Bielak believes the comparisons miss the mark. The actual fight, he says, will highlight Crawford's unique qualities, built not only on speed and movement, but also on intelligence under pressure. Bomac's response makes clear his strong faith in Crawford's individuality and his ability to rise above any supposed stylistic similarities.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford. That's right. Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit at all.
Analyst Ade Oladipo voiced concern over Crawford's decision to put on extra weight before the fight. He explained that boxing is not just about size, but about keeping the right balance between skill and power. Adding too much weight too fast, he warned, could slow Crawford down or disrupt his natural rhythm. Oladipo fears that Crawford, known for his speed and smooth movement, might lose his biggest strengths by forcing his body to match Canelo's size. While fans admire Crawford for moving up in weight, Oladipo highlights the danger of changing what already makes him stand out. His view reminds us that preparing for a fight of this level is complicated, and even good training can bring new challenges if not handled carefully.
It was too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against, who's the one that made, I'm trying to think of his name now. The fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh, yeah.
And where he's just skinny, he's like wiry. He's very much Tommy Hearns. Now...
Oh, have you seen him?
He's now
massive.
He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. Which there's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurting him.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurting him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. At 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, 1 second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion. I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. And he lost. But
yeah.
Bivol was significantly better at 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of, they're both...
Trainer Breadman Edwards gave a more balanced take on the matter. He noted that Crawford is well aware Jaron Ennis sparred with Canelo and recognizes the power Ennis brings. But instead of letting that shake him, Crawford uses the information as part of his preparation. Edwards explained that Crawford's confidence doesn't fade because of outside factors like sparring partners. For him, the only thing that matters is the actual fight and his ability to adjust in the moment. In fact, knowing that Ennis was in Canelo's camp could serve as extra motivation, pushing Crawford's team to prepare for that style in training. Edwards reassured that Crawford excels in these situations, and his mental toughness keeps him steady no matter who helps Canelo in camp.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay, let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bomac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bomac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
A common debate among fans and analysts is whether Canelo's size will simply be too much for Crawford to handle. Canelo supporters point to his proven strength at higher weight classes and question if Crawford, who started his career at lightweight, can really withstand the power of a naturally bigger opponent. The discussion centers on size versus skill. Doubters argue that no matter how talented Crawford is, there comes a point where physics takes over and Canelo's heavy shots could wear him down. This view is shared by many in the boxing community who feel that facing such a powerful fighter might be a step too far for Crawford.
Canelo versus Crawford, who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this: he took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Another key point in the debate is Canelo's deep experience at the top level. Analysts often note that he has faced nearly every style: slick movers, aggressive punchers, and defensive experts, building a resume stacked with championship rounds under the biggest spotlights. His background gives him a level of calm in high-pressure fights that few opponents can match. Experience shapes how a fighter reacts to adversity, and Canelo has proven his toughness many times. Supporters argue that when his knowledge of big fights is combined with his natural strength, he becomes a rare challenge for anyone, including Crawford. The belief is that while skill matters, Canelo's experience on the championship stage could give him a major edge.
There's things about being in camp with Canelo, it's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. Mm-hmm. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So there's definitely weight classes for a reason.
Some in the boxing community are torn about this matchup. They respect Crawford's courage to chase greatness, but they wonder if Canelo is the right opponent to showcase his legacy. The worry is less about Crawford's talent and more about the physical disadvantage that could overshadow his skills. Critics suggest he could have taken different paths to prove his greatness without stepping in against someone naturally bigger. Still, many acknowledge that this fight gives Crawford unmatched exposure and the biggest financial reward of his career.
Okay. Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol, he's got Benavidez, he's got all these other legitimate 168, 175 pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're gonna go fight a little smaller guy. And I'm not something against Bud. Bud is as a talent as they come.
Really?
But you're talking about a guy that probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not, because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. It's very important. I hope he doesn't ride to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound for pound great. And I think this is going to kind of, win or lose, is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez?
Same thing.
Like that, same thing?
He's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight the up and coming 168, 165 to 175 pound guys.
Bulmack described the fight not as a contest of size and strength, but as a test of intelligence. His breakdown stressed the value of the small details in boxing. Timing can cancel out power, and speed can reduce the impact of size. To Bulmack, Crawford's true brilliance is in his ability to adjust instantly, turning himself into a puzzle that opponents struggle to solve. His well-known line, "Skills pay the bills," is more than a catchphrase. It reflects Crawford's entire approach to the sport. It shows that while Canelo has power and experience, Crawford's command of boxing's finer points gives him a real chance to beat the odds.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some thudding power up there, and we're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
I told the other guy, skills pays bills. You got to have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is it offense, you got to have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skill?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from you, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that, what happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to get that win, right?
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for more.